Hello people and welcome to watch yet another World Team Carcassonne Online Championships match. This is gonna be the final match of today, and it will be fought between Lithuania and Mexico in Group C, which is notably the death group. As you can see, Ukraine, Thailand, Romania, Portugal, Mexico and Lithuania, all very strong teams. Now, Lithuania and Mexico have both had a bit of a difficult start, or the bit of a difficult early couple weeks here. But on the silver, but the silver lining is that today one or the other of these teams is going to finally get their opening win, and actually one of these teams is very likely to actually lose all of their tournament chances or all their playoff chances, as Ukraine, Thailand, and Romania are all at 2 wins already, and the top 1 and 2 will qualify to the playoffs, and then the two best third places amongst all groups combined. So less than 3 wins is not really going to cut it in Group C especially, and likely not even in any group if you want to get to the playoffs. And so it is going to be force win for both teams today. The lineups you can see above me. We have on table 1, we have Simonas Kadekis versus Elias Mochan. That's Machinelli and Complex Vand respectively. On table 2, we have Zaitvidas Rinkunas versus Rafael Garibay. Table 3, Kepa Lasselt versus IMD5. That's Mantas Jurkus versus Oscar Henny. Oscar, the Mexican representee in the 2024 World Championships. Then on table 4, Andreus Swapas versus Ivan Gonzalez. That's Liudeselis and Balhinha 1. Liudeselis, who has also been in the World Championships, I believe his last, well, not his last, but his latest show up there was in 2023. And then Batal Albotov versus Marco Rivas on table 5, on which we will be focusing as our first table. Now, if you do want to see a specific duel or a game, then do let me know in the chat, and I will try to accommodate your requests as best as possible. But we will be starting with table number 5, which should be on its way. So, starting player advantage to Marco Rivas, who starts a city immediately, and Batal going on town with trying to break it, but breaking it doesn't really do all that much in this scenario, especially after Marco was able to cover it up from the top side, as this can simply be turned into a ruin really easily. Even if it were to be blocked on the square, then it already contains 6 points, and any large city tiles can easily be added on the right side. Also, there is still, of course, worth simply trying to complete it. Still all 3 starting tiles remaining in the deck, and we see as Muzhachello is trying to indirectly, I would say directly block the city of Manarori with one tile. So this one here lays down the foundation really for the block of trying to get a triple city or a Dorito, as he now does. It's going to be a full block of a meeple, but forgoes that opportunity simply to limit this way more sizable city to actually only one dagger that remains in the deck. Not sure if I agree with that. I mean, sure, I mean, it's a 50-50 shot of getting a full meeple blocked, but this is, on the other hand, just a certain block, so, you know. Now, for the time being, it seems to have been worked, as Manare was not able to use this divider over here and then simply keep waiting for the starting tile. Also now had to use a, or not, they don't really have to, but used a city cap to still maintain the chances of keeping this city alive. It's now a 50-50 shot on getting this dagger, which is not gonna go the way Marco would want it to, as the dagger is drawn by Batal, and thus it means that this square is blocked, the city is blocked, and then this move seems to have paid out hugely for Batal. There is now a bit of tension with this 2-point city versus these two 8-point monasteries. Seemingly, Batal is not interested in blocking that square, which I can definitely understand, as the field at the moment belongs to Batal, this 9-point field, which is going to become potentially 12 points, maybe 15 points, and then along with finding a square onto here, Batal will get 2 additional meeples into his hand. So despite having this one meeple blocked to 1 point, it doesn't really matter, as both players at the moment have one meeple entirely blocked, one meeple over here, and then now over here. So basically in somewhat shared features, and having the field now under control, I would say that Batal is doing just great here. Also the scoreboard lead of Albozov is at the moment quite good looking, plus 18 points. Now this 12-point field puts him at plus 30, and meeples are equal at the moment. Marco swiftly gets his both features completed, and is going to get at least a short-term meeple advantage, which I would assume is going to be used for the purpose of attacking this 12-point field. Now, Batal is certainly going to be placing a farmer over here after that he now connects. A farmer should be mandatory in order to not let his opponent get away with easy field connection opportunities here. And it does look like Manarori is now trying to go for a fieldless win, as trying to attack this 15-point field could become actually quite problematic. Although there are still actually both of the road monasteries remaining in the deck, and it is entirely possible for Marco to maybe find a curve over here and then drop a farmer and then maybe another farmer here. But the issue with this possibility here is that as soon as Batal drops a farmer on here or on this side, then Marco actually, sorry, when Marco drops a farmer on this side or on this side, then Batal is very soon to follow with a third farmer of his, as he can't really risk this double attack paying off, and it is quite likely to actually pay off, since indeed both of the road monasteries are in the deck as of right now. +4 for Batal, going for an additional city at the top. And Marco, meanwhile, gathering points, having laid down on the 6-point field, and now getting a lot of quick points actually for the 3-point road, for the 2-point road, for the 5-point road. So a lot of road points going to Manarori here. And I would imagine also these 4 points are going to be included. No real reason not to. And especially when he's going for potentially a fieldless win, it's going to be essential for him to grab every single extra point that he can. He's +1 at the moment, after this +5, +10, +12, +18, 20, 26, 24, 23, 21, and then actually after this field going to be +3, and he's going to have meeple advantage. So the only real threats here at the moment for Marco's fieldless win chances are this, well, is this one city here, which is why he attacks. He doesn't want it to get completed for 7-point move. And well, actually, if Batal does not unify these fields himself, there is a chance that that Marco will be simply dropping one farmer over here or on this side, and then even going for the equalization of the field with just simply one meeple, which would be quite unpleasant indeed for Batal. Now, not finishing the city might cost him, might cost Marco this meeple. Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There are 2 tiles to fit into this square to complete the city and to get the meeple back for Marco. Now 2 is not that much, but you know, when you take into account that there are only 10 tiles remaining, it is basically a fifth of the remaining tiles, so that's something. So 8-point monastery spot for Manarori if he wants to make that, but with only one meeple, is he willing to sacrifice his final meeple for that 8-point spot? Now there are still tiles that can get him a meeple back, and he does go for it, simply so that Batal will not be able to get those monastery points himself in the case that Batal would draw the second road monastery. Also gets to complete it straight away, but connecting these fields now seems to become even more essential just for those extra points after Batal finishes yet another city onto his field, and also meeples the road just in case, or just as a real assurance to not to be in a meeple surplus at the end of the game. He also needs to be aware that he still controls this farm with only one meeple. So if Marco is behind enough, which not sure if it is the case, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 16, 22, 21, 25, 29. Yeah, even with this very nice find of Muzhachello, which could have actually been done maybe without a meeple, maybe. Then even with this find, I don't think it'll be enough for Batal. I think he's going to be off by a few points. So despite having a 7 city field worth 21 points, it's not quite enough to catch up the point difference of the stored features of Marco Rivas here. And it is indeed a fieldless win for Marco, only having meeple this small 6-point field in the mid game. Also quite a fast-paced game, both players using under 5 minutes of their time, which I think we could actually stick with this table since the game seems to be so quick. Monastery for Batal, and we now see as another early field is forming here. Well, I wouldn't maybe say another because it took a while in the first game for the field to form, but in any case, there is going to be an early field. And we see a rather interesting move by Marco here, trying to also indirectly finish the city, but also make sure that Muzhachello is not going to be able to run away with an 8-point city here. Did also make a very nice sequence here with a city crossroad and getting a lot of use for the remaining 6 triple cities, as well as for future city caps really anywhere, and also laid down a nice 4-point road, which was shortly available for Batal as well, but he decided to forego the points for the sake of attacking the city, which he also got the connection immediately to after having connected the depending attack of Marco with this triple city earlier. A second farmer from Marco, which connects immediately, and now attacking to this field is actually has actually become really difficult. The only realistic option here is well, maybe even via ninja, but like ninjas are not great to really do in the early slash mid game because there are usually so many blocking opportunities. So Batal does use the only real spot and goes for the attack, and we should. Wow, we don't even see an attack onto this city, which could cost him. But it does not cost him. Manarori gets bailed out by the deck, like huge time. Like a huge time. As he not only completes the city with a shielded tile, by the way. Look at this, 3 out of 4 shielded tiles. Just basically getting almost every shielded tile in a perfect sequence here. But also now forces the CCCC being added to the city of Batal, which was a real danger of adding a third meeple upon finishing the 10-point city. adding a third meeple to the field would have been just painful, really, to look at for Manarori. But we now see how Batal adds the third meeple anyways, and is also now threatening to yet again finish the city, now even larger than before. Now we go here. I presume we go here. And we are now one triangle away from actually completing a rather huge city. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now the only good thing here is for Marco is that there are really limited amount of Doritos, but it doesn't matter. Well, there were 2 Doritos as well as both dividers, but Batal gets away with the city and gets paid off big time by really doing like nothing crazy. Like he just does these simple moves of adding a tile to his city, 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 and just like that, he gets away with even after having been forced to add a quad city to his own city, breaking it apart, but saves it up like a true champ. And now is on the driver's seat. Marco going with the third farmer here. Now he could go over here, but because there are no Doritos left at all, he decides not to, and is going to get blocked. Is this a full block? 1, 2. It's not quite a full block, but now it is. Batala adds even a fourth farmer, and this is going to be just gruesome, really, for Marco, as he's not going to be able to get a farmer of his own in yet, but he does now. Really fascinating how this field has turned into a 4-on-4 action, which is like with also very limited amount of space. Like after this, it kind of looked like there was almost no possible way to attack the field, but somehow these players have been able to put 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 more farmers onto the field, which is actually only worth 21 points, but it has 8 farmers total, which is crazy. And Batal at the moment looking fantastic, having the upper hand as Marco has the city blocked, and these monasteries are forming both 6 points, so they are equaled up, but there's a threat of an 8-point city being completed, and also another farmer option, because after this road monastery, this field is now expanding all the way to the right as well, and Marco can do nothing about this. Like going over here and dropping a farmer of your own doesn't really help his situation, because then he'll have no meeples left and he simply cannot win this. He just simply cannot win this game with having a minus 17 points on the scoreboard, finishing an 8-point feature for his opponent, and having no meeples to score for the rest of the game with still 10 tiles remaining, which means that he is gonna try and take, or not just try, but takes the 4 points, but Manarori will drop yet another farmer, and this is gonna be yet another defendable, well, yet another defense position for Marco as he claims these 4 points, but will Batal connect? Not quite yet, but there is actually a chance to go over here and drop a farmer if there are tiles in the deck still that could fit in there. A straight road being added. Maybe it blocks this entirely. And it does seem so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It is indeed a complete block. So now the question is, will Muzhachello try to go over here, drop a farmer, or maybe over here actually, and try to connect through a curve, which I would find to be quite doable, maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and there was still one curve remaining. But I guess what Batal ended up deciding is that this potential connection opportunity, which looks like a potential connection opportunity, is not really an opportunity if there are not enough suitable tiles, but there actually are. Because manarori could just go over here with either a curve or with a crossroad and then get one or the other afterwards and actually connect and steal this whole field. And I just realized that Batal still hasn't connected to the field. He still has this guy trapped to just 3 points. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This field is 27 points. Batal has like 9 extra for the field. Does he actually even need to connect? Maybe not. But he does get the connection, and that is going to be it. Manarori did find a rather nice move here, preventing any possible scenarios of maybe Muzhachello going over here and then finding some other suitable tile to connect, but just the pace of these games is on another level. I mean, Muzhachello using only 4 minutes, whilst Marco this time used a bit more of his time, used a total of 7 minutes. So we did indeed get another fast-paced game, and Batal will be going into a decider game with Marco, and we will certainly be focused on that. And by this pace, I mean these players could actually be done with 3 games before one of the tables has even finished their first game, which is just insane. So, what's it gonna be? Who's gonna be the speed Carcassonne champion today? Is it gonna be Marco Rivas or is it gonna be Batal Alberto? We'll see. The starting play advantage goes to Batal and he takes advantage of it immediately, taking these 4 points. Manarori gonna be claiming a 2-point road, but from where exactly? Personally, I would enjoy either this or this. Actually, this one a bit more, simply because of this monastery, and by taking it from here, your opponent can still take a monastery next to your road, but it'll it will control only one part of the road and not the other. So slightly better option, I think, is to take the straight road like this. But we see that that is not what Marco goes for. Road for Batal as well, and he makes some dual purpose moves, continues the road, starts a city, and now also doesn't want his city to get trapped to a dagger, which there were still 2 remaining, so does extend it, but it does come at a cost. It does still kind of make building the city more annoying, but he is now in the same situation again. Doesn't find a real, well, I mean, this was a decent tile to go over here with maybe, but instead takes the 7-point monastery, which is also just completely fine. And also, you know, sometimes it's just not even worth to try and like pre-save your features, because given that there are still all types of tiles remaining, like you're just simply taking tiles away from yourself if you do that kind of stuff, and you know it just generally decreases your chances of finishing your city earlier. And the city does get indeed finished. Batal does not see the need of trying to defend this monastery. He is going to try and wait for a road tile, so he can try to save it to a curve instead. And also he doesn't want to really place anything over here, simply because then this square is going to be restricted to a crossroad. But looks like Marco is going to make that road monastery spot himself, and it is going to backfire, as he does get the restriction on the road, but the road monastery gets drawn, and what a sequence of tiles, as Batal simply grabs another perfect tile after the other. First grabs the road monastery, grabs the second road monastery, and grabs the crossroad immediately after getting restricted to it, and also now has a threat here at the bottom of finishing a nice looking 14 or 16 point city, depending on whether he gets a extender with a shield or extender without, or in the most likely scenario, because there are so many of those remaining, a tube divider. So a crossroad getting drawn by Marco, grabbing these 4 points. So some slight hope there for Manarori after getting really blasted by these monasteries, and now trying to expand with his field. Now sadly he is denying himself this meeple recovery at the same time, because there are no more road monasteries remaining, and only straight roads go into the square, which really only benefits the side with the monastery. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3 straight roads remaining, and Marco very fastly actually went over here with the triple city. Not sure how good that actually is. He does restrict it, and there are still a somewhat sizable number of city caps with road remaining, and he is certainly looking to complete the city. So there are still 1 starting tile, 2 city crossroads, and maybe daggers as well. There's 1 dagger, so maybe we could go, well, over here is, that's fine. Yep. It takes away 1 of our finishing city caps, but a decrease from 3 to 4 is still fine, and it pays off immediately. Now, unfortunately, we did not get the value from this road because we did not have meeples, but oh well. We are also 20 points behind on the scoreboard, which certainly is not really favoring us. This threat is also still remaining, even though some of the tiles that fit there have now been drawn by manarori, namely being these two tube dividers. But now an extender is drawn and the city gets completed finally, and also comes with a 6-point meeple to the field, which can then easily get expanded to a 9-pointer. Muzhachello now with 60 points on the scoreboard versus 37 is looking real good with his chances of taking this one down. So 23 plus on the scoreboard. This road is actually equal to the monastery. 29, 30, 35, 37, 44, 39, 37, 36, 30, plus 32, plus 26 on the scoreboard, and manarori has to make a concession of finishing his opponent's road, which is never really something that you want to do. And he does that in order to be able to invade to the city, as he deems that there were enough city caps that it would have been dangerous for him to be leaving the city unattacked and unattended. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, or maybe not enough like city caps, but enough some other type of tiles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Actually, I'm not sure what he was so afraid of. I mean, certainly with this tile, it's really unpleasant to attack a feature like that. But maybe he was afraid of like Dorito combos or something like that. But he still is only getting 4 points actually as a reward for his actions here. And that is not going to cut it anywhere near the point gap that he is facing. And it does indeed look like with only 3 tiles to be left to place that Muzhachello will be taking this one down. Marco goes for a one final field meeple for 6 points and finds a fine move, which seems it seems something that you shouldn't want to do, because it connected the 3-point city with the 1-point city of red, but you have to take into account that this field and this field to which the city was finished to both belong to yellow, and with no meeples in hand, this is actually a +4 move for yellow. But the final point count is still going to be gruesome, as we see that Batal is going to win by around 30 points or so. 33 points is going to be the final difference, and it's going to give the first match point to Lithuania, an important one at that. As said before, both teams are having a situation where they need to win this match in order to have any chances of actually remaining in this competition. So let's do a little update on the scoreboard. So we see that in fact, just like we said, these players were able to play 3 games before on table 3 Oscar Henny and Mantas Jurkus were able to finish even 1. So currently Elias Mochan winning on table 1 1-0 against Simonas Kadeikis. Table 2 Taitvidas Rinkunas in a 1-0 lead versus Rafael Garibay and Andreus Swabas versus Ivan Gonzalez is at the moment going the Mexican way with 1-0, well, with 0-1 on the dual scoreboard. So why don't we then focus on table 4, for instance, where Liudeselis is at the moment on a second place as he is losing 1-0 in the duel. With 16 tiles remaining, minor lead on the scoreboard for red with a really nice field of 12 points. So plus 18, plus 21 with a ruin versus small road puts him at plus 16. Another set of blocked meeples here, plus 11, plus 9, plus 12, and then shared feature. So plus 12 for red. Looking great. And now comes the attack onto the field by Andreus. And that's basically a must succeed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Still plentiful amount of regular curves remaining. I count 6 on the board. Whereas Palhinha doesn't really give too many cares about the connection or trying to block it. He just goes for a new city. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And had one divider remaining, so only one Dorito in the deck, which for Palhinha, I'm not that sure if this was worth it. But we'll have to wait and see. It does create a 4-point loop road for Andreus. Andreus going to try and actually attack this city. Or maybe just simply block it. So 0-2, 1-2, 2-2-2, 3-2-4. There is a regular, so a field Dorito remaining. And maybe triple cities. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are a couple of triple cities. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, one triple city. And that also comes with a field. So if a road goes over here, then this square will be blocked. And a nice save actually from Palhinha. So restricting the square to the one remaining triple city and disallowing the full block chances from Liudeselis. Now, without meeples, it's going to be difficult to score, so Liudeselis is going to be free at will of trying to finish, or let's say pre-complete these 6-point features. And Parhinha at the moment, I believe, is only plus 5 as a result of the cities. So if it doesn't get completed, it's going to be a really difficult time. Does prevent the block, but he's gonna need that triple city to come into his hand real quick. Otherwise, it's going to be almost free reign for Liudeselis. Now there seemingly is an idea for Palhinha to go to actually get to the field with this small 3-point farmer, but there might not be city caps to actually make that plan complete. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There are indeed no city caps to fit into this square, which means that this guy will never get into the main field. And Liudeselis is simply going for, well, simply trying to prepare points for himself with having only one meeple. So he's trying to prepare points so that he doesn't have to invest a meeple for more than one turn. And it does pay off. He does get the 4 points. And now only +1 is Balhinha's lead, I believe. And this city is certainly going to be a must-have, as after getting these 4 points, Liudeselis does not need to do anything anything wondrous. He simply needs to get like 2 or 3 points with his final meeple, and he can get that really anywhere on the board, either by claiming a road or a city. Not sure what Liudeselis is calculating. I guess he has to ask himself, can he win if he doesn't actually get this triple city? And I believe the answer kinda is no. Unless Balhina actually gets that on the very final turn of his, which then it might actually be doable. Because the move with the triple city will actually be 4-6. Well, it will be 11 points though. It's quite a lot though. It is quite a lot. So +4 now, and then somehow would have to get like 7 or 8 more. But the board is somewhat dry though. Or actually, is it? No, it's really not that dry if there are city caps or other quick point tiles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 20. But there are no city caps though. There are no city caps to go into this square. Balhinha actually got the final one. And also, these curves are the reason why Liudeselis does not get these 4 points here. Instead gets 3 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. A straight road for Liudeselis, and now only has a 33% chance of winning, and that is if he gets the triple city with the field, whereas Balhinha has still 2 unknown tiles to us. One which might be the triple city, one which might not. It is a straight road, and it's going to be a 50-50 for the game potentially. And well, indeed, it's going to be 50-50 for the game. Either player who gets the triple city will win this, and it is going to be a Liudeselis. I believe he will be winning by like with a margin of like 1 to 3 points. It's going to be very small, but it's going to be enough for him to take this one down. So he's going to get a 4-point ruin, either here, here, or here. It's just up to him where he wants to make that happen. +3, 6, 11, 14, 10, 6, 1, -1, +2. Yeah, I believe Liudeselis is going to win by 2 points as a result of a ruin. If he wants to be like flashy and just win by 1 point or by a draw, then he just takes a a 2-point feature over here, but then he has to be like absolutely dead certain that that he is losing by -2 points at the moment. But a win by a draw is like, you know, something that you want to do. I mean, personally, I think I would find that maybe even a bit disrespectful, because then you're just kind of flexing like, oh, look, you are just gonna be like, it's like showing that you are, it's showing to your opponent that like, there might be like a chance of winning for them when the final points are being counted, but then you realize as your opponent that, oh, he just made a draw, what a lame. But no, Andreas just takes it as a certain move, takes the 4 points, and is gonna win by a couple once, and then he will force this into a decider. And Balhinha doesn't really have anything to do. Yeah, can't take points from anywhere, so just chuck it anywhere. Because Liudeselis doesn't even have any tiles remaining, so it doesn't matter at all where Balhinha places this. It's not gonna take away points from Liudeselis or prevent him from placing his next tile to somewhere because he has no tile in hand. So this is really just kind of burning his time unnecessarily. Though it's always good to know, or good to make sure that you absolutely cannot score points anywhere when the situation is as tight as it is for like only 2 points. '51 and 50, no, 66. Yeah, 2 points is the difference, and a rather low end score actually for both players. As we saw, it was quite a block heavy game there. So a decider on table 4, and we could actually stick around to still watch the decider as well. A quad city for Andreas, and well, I mean, I think this is already an inaccuracy by Balhihan. So turning the roadside upwards is actually like most often just getting extra points for Andreas in this case with a road plus city tile, because this city is like not really even worthy to continue in reality. Also another misstep for Palhinhan, not people in the monastery. It's going to be losing so much value. It's going to be losing value. I mean, he could have just gone over here, or here for that matter, actually. Like both, I think would be just fine to Meeple Monastery, because this one controls your opponent's city from both ends, and this one just is trying to maximize your points with the road, or maximize your efficiency with the road, shall I say. And that's just overall a good habit to have, trying to complete several features at the same time. So two options for Palhinha. I mean, either go over here, drop a road meeple, or go over here and drop a road meeple. This one is too passive. This one is too passive. I mean, the city doesn't really look like to be much of a threat at the moment. Like, sure, it could be maybe saved from here with a city plus road tile, and then this makes sure that then Palhinha will have an attacking square to that city later on, but it still isn't really that dangerous. Now, Liudeselis with a decision could go over here and still try to complete the city. Doesn't go for it though. He's not gonna want to get into a situation where he needs two starting tiles with really no guarantee after the first one if he'll draw the second and if he will be able to realistically finish the city. Also turns his second city away from the primary one so that it does not get sucked into a dead ruin. And as we can see, Palhinha now makes sure that this city never sees the day of light. Never sees the light of day. So no double starting tile possibility here any longer. However, there is now a new threat with the potential 10-point city for Liudeselis. And I wonder if Palhinha decides to go over here. It's not a bad move. Actually, it's one of the rare moves that he really has available to himself. And so maybe as Andreus, maybe we go over here, you know? Maybe we just like kind of suck this city into our ruin here and make sure that also Palhinha, after all of the blocking here, and here, he's gonna still like share the same the same ruin, you know, and all that blocking then would have been really not that efficient after all. And we see more blocking happening for Palhinha's part. Not a massive fan of this move by Liudeselis. I mean, he boxes in his own ruin so that it can never grow, and he gives a point to Palhinha. I don't see to what end though, because his city can obviously never get finished, and he's instead like creating a ruin for his opponent. Yeah, I really don't like this move though. But I'm sure Andreas has his reasons. A dagger for Palhinha can't be used for blocking. Andreas also makes sure that it is significantly more difficult to block this to block the city of Andreas, and I want to say Andreas goes over here because like surely we want to defend the square, and we do. Now it does come at a cost that we have actually, given a nice baseline for this city, and two of the three tiles that it contains are placed by green, which is not that great. Also, like now, after being at 4 points, it suddenly doesn't look that bad having this triple city turned to the left, and then our 7-point ruin being able to be attached to it later on. Palhinha goes for the straight completion of the city. and is now a city cap away from making that happen. And there are still a lot of city caps remaining in the deck. 3 starting tiles, 2 daggers, and also 1 city crossroad. So still 6 city caps that fit into this square. So no worries yet for Palhinha. And maybe we should go over here. This one looks like a great platform to start a new city from, and a wonderful move. A wonderful move from Palhinha. So what this does is it starts a city from a safe square, from a safe square. But what it also does, it restricts this square and thus prevents Liudeselis from going over here with like a straight road or something, and then proceed with trying to block this city. Now a bit of a miss from Palhinha with 4 meeples going over here, attacking this like shortish 5-point road, but having the option to do it with just 2 curves is like just great. Also would be taking advantage of this road end, but Palhinha seems to be more into blocking than scoring points, which we have been able to see from his early game moves. A natural move would be to go over here, but also we might just want to consider going over here as well, which is what Palhinha does, trying to prevent this city from getting completed. And now with a straight road, not sure what to do. We don't really have a great move for it. Yeah, this seems fine. And now a quick point tile. This one looks very juicy. Taking 2 points and harassing this square that controls 2 monasteries of our opponent. Looks very intriguing indeed. Since we have 3 meeples, we might also want to go here at some stage with a curve and pre-meeple this road. Unfortunately, Liudeselis does get a fantastic tile. Doesn't actually go for a 3rd monastery meeple, which could be a bit conservative. Like it's still a 6-point monastery, and you have this meeple, this meeple, this meeple, like all easily recoverable, and also this, which still has 3 tiles to fit into the square. So yeah, I'm not that convinced that leaving this unmeepled was the best call. Starting tile for Palhinha, and one of the 3 remaining ones. Now only 2 tiles remaining for the potential 10-point city of Liudeselis, but new threats are rising in the Isengard and in Mordor as Vanilla is drawn, a monastery is completed, and Liudeselis is threatening to finish a rather large feature, and he does. 18 points for this city are pretty problematic for Palhinha. Now only having his own features being the two 1-point cities, and Liudeselis being 6 points ahead on the scoreboard, having a threat over here is a significant one, because he can then also grab the road, which is easily continued, and also a 7-point monastery and a 7-point ruin. So plenty of points banked for Liudeselis, and his situation is looking really good at the moment. So Palhinha decides to take a field worth 6 points and potential to expand into 9, maybe 12. I would imagine a block to be seen from Liudeselis, but he will have to assess the situation of how many tiles exactly does Palhinha even have to finish that city. And the answer is 2, 1 divider and 1 vanilla. And there's also 1 field Dorito that fits into this square. Liudeselis simply pre-finishes the road, but I don't think this was necessary at all. I don't see this as such a good move, because he doesn't need to get the 6 point road straight away. Like simply being able to finish this 10-point city and grabbing a 5-point road or the 6-point field for that matter is going to be threat enough. Now he does succeed and gets 1 extra point for the road, but I mean a certain block I think would have been better in this case. But can't complain. This also creates a 9-point field, which I think Palhinha should definitely take. There's 1, 2, 3, so 9 points for the field. And if you are ready to take a 6-point field, then surely you are willing to take a 9-point field as well. And he is. He's going to drop a farmer here and try to get back into this game. Also creates a road monastery spot. So there are indeed some potential scoring opportunities for Palhinha. And action in Liudeselis. The only real thing he has to now do is to maintain his point advantage. So at the moment, plus 17, plus 24, plus 31, 30, 29, and then minus 15 for the field. So plus 14 and 2 meeples more. So like he doesn't really have to do a whole bunch of stuff in order to take this one down. Like going over here and meepling the 6-point field is like just great. It's just great. Also could just go over here, add 2 points, do nothing else. Yeah, he doesn't have to do much of anything. He can just sit back and relax. Now Palhinha though, going over here actually would be quite decent. Trying to protect his city and also preventing Liudeselis from dropping a 6-point farmer. Liudeselis keeps taking points, a 5 quick point move. Meanwhile, Palhinha is focusing on blocking this monastery, but he fails to realize that Andreus does not need to get this monastery back. There are less than 10 tiles in the deck anymore, and Andreus has 4 meeples in hand. Like, if Liudeselis would be focusing on getting this meeple back, he wouldn't even have enough tiles to use his meeples. So this meeple is irrelevant, or not the meeple itself, but getting the meeple back is irrelevant. So you gotta find more value than just blocking with the triple city, and more value I believe would be found over here. Again, preventing Andreus from dropping a farmer to a 6 points, and actually to 9 points, because we want to still finish this city. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think we just do this. And we leave a couple 6-point fields available on the board, like over here and over here, and then we can take the other one of them. In some cases, we might even be able to actually meeple this 3-point field. Then we get like the vanilla or the divider, and then again we ha 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2. Okay, I mean, there is still one city cap to go into this square, but this this is just not a good move though, because like it's not a good move because even in case we get that one dagger and we get the 7-point move done, then there is a super duper easy spot for Liudeselis to drop a farmer on the 6-point field and then connect through a curve or through anything else from the right side. So it's just super problematic. Oh, also there are of course no vanillas remaining anymore because they have been used over here. So this is indeed a full block. So what is there remaining? There is a dagger, a a dagger with the left hand side curve. Some extra points for Palhinha, so he did recognize that there were still a lot of city caps remaining, and there still is at least one. Liudeselis in the meanwhile gets a 6-point field and looking to either attack this field depending on the remaining tiles, or just going with a 1-point move over here on the left on his monastery. And given that there is indeed this dagger remaining, which still scores like 4 points for Liudeselis, even if he wouldn't be able to get the actual city points. I mean, this looks so enticing though. But are there connection tiles? That's the question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, there is a straight road. Or is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, there is not. There is not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No triple cities. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No Doritos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A crossroad seems to be in the deck still. A regular one. A dagger is being drawn by Palhinha, and he does get these 7-point moves, but it's gonna be a crossroad and something else in the deck still. Goes for the 4 points naturally. The crossroad is being drawn by Liudeselis, and it was indeed a regular curve that remains in the deck. So it was actually quite, well, it was impossible for Liudeselis not to get any value out of the remaining tiles. Curve goes over here, connects to the field, same with the crossroad, and then with the dagger just takes 4 points on his field, as well as 1 point, well, takes 3 points to the field as well as 1 point to the monastery, even without the meeple getting invested in it. And this should be quite a big score advantage for Liudeselis. And unfortunately, at least this time, Ivan Gonzalez has not been able to deliver. Not that it would have been particularly easy, given that Andreas is a very experienced player. Yeah, right, Justin. Thanks for the game, and good luck and congratulations to the Lithuanian team. So, second match point for Lithuania, and we will update the scores. Well, the scores for the other tables, but at the moment looking quite grievous for Team Mexico. Oh, oh, oh! But it's not looking too grievous at all then. After the refresh, as Mexico has won on tables 1, 2, and 3. And coming from an 0-2 down to 3-2 is a pretty good comeback, I'd say. So, Simonas Kadekis has unfortunately lost to Elias Mochan on table 1. Rafael Garibay also taking a win against Tatvidas Rinkunas on table 2, and and also the 2024 Mexican national champion Oscar Henny, showing why he is the national champion, and takes a 2-0 win over Mantas Jurkus with the screen name Kevin Lasselt on table 3, and thus Mexico takes their opening win and is going to retain at least some sort of chances in this group. Now, it'll still be quite a hill to go for, and they are going to very likely need a lot of help from their opponents regarding Ukraine, Thailand, and Romania. They all do kind of have to lose a lot of their remaining matches, which I'm not sure if that is possible. But I mean, theoretical. I guess theoretical chances still are lingering in the air for Mexico. But well, today at least they can rejoice of their win, and seemingly they have also decided to go with the tactic of 3-2 matches, so 3-2 against Romania, then 2-3 against Portugal, and now 2-3 against Lithuania. A lot of teams have seemingly decided to choose this tactic, and we've seen as Belgium has gone for it, we've seen Team Hong Kong going for it. Now we've seen Team Lithuania going for it. Like there's a reoccurring theme, but you really do have to kind of win your matches if you go for that technique, because otherwise you're gonna be in trouble with the tiebreakers, as we can also see right now. Mexico having not so great tiebreakers here. They're gonna be having a 7 on 8 on the duel, so -1, which is not really that great. Definitely have to put those in a better shape. But those are the next week's worries. For the next upcoming matches, we have tomorrow. We will be starting with Catalonia, Australia in Group A at 8 a.m. UTC. And then we'll be going for Taiwan to Tessia at 11. And all the others are yet gonna be open / not decided. But you will be getting the stream announcements quite soon, at least for the first 2 streams, and likely, well, at least after like Catalonia, Australia, if not before, then also for the rest of the matches that I will be streaming tomorrow. Congratulations to Team Mexico once again for winning today and getting your opening win. And unfortunately for Lithuania, we are likely to say goodbyes. But we will still, of course, be seeing them in the future weeks, fighting for not really for the playoff spots, but fighting for their team integrity and just having a great time. That's where we are going to be wrapping up. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for sticking all the way until the end. If you do enjoy this type of Carcassonne content, then do subscribe and like the stream. That is an easy way to support the channel. And I will see you soon tomorrow again with some more World Team Carcassonne Online Championship content. Bye for now.